to realize as soon as you stop spending money on ads, the results stop coming in. So it's like living on rented land. Whereas when you build a brand, a personal brand, you have an audience, you have a following, that is an asset that can turn into leads whenever you want, and you don't have to pay to keep it afloat. And in this video, I'm going to break down how consultants like Dr. Ruth, who were previously spending tens of thousands a month on ads, are now spending next to nothing on ads, thanks to the fact that they've got this new AI system installed in their business. And I'm someone who used to think I had to spend more money on ads in order to scale. I thought that organic content wasn't predictable. I thought that other ways of getting leads was risky for my business. But now what I've learned, especially with the Andromeda updates that are happening right now with ads, if you don't learn this new AI system, you're leaving a lot of money on the table and having to rely on agencies forever. So first things first, as a consultant, as an expert, as someone who is able to get your clients results, you can literally clone your knowledge and the things that you do for your clients into an AI brain. And imagine an AI brain that then anyone from your team can just go into to create content, to create assets for your business whenever you want. Like, imagine how much time that would save you. You don't need to film ads anymore. You don't need to step in front of the camera. But I mean, I was even on a call with someone just 2 days ago who spends more than $100,000 per month on ads. And he didn't even know about this AI clone concept. So I'll leave a link in the description box to that video. It's over on my YouTube channel. But the thing you have to realize is that when you have this AI clone, which has all your knowledge stored, which has a database of everything that you talk about, which understands your business better than your best salesperson, you never need to create new content again because the AI clone knows everything. But that's not the main point of this video. The main point of this video is how is it that people who have previously been spending 20, 30, 40, 50K a month on ads now need to spend just 1 to 2K per month on ads, but they're still making more profit? Well, it's through organic content, but not organic content in the regular sense. It's with this AI style of content that I'm going to break down. Imagine if you knew that every time you made a post, it would get reach, it would get leads, it would get clients. If instead of sitting down and getting blank screen anxiety, you had a framework in which you could slot your knowledge into, or which AI does for you, and then from there, you get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads, right? Like, it would mean that you're less dependent on ads. And so I'm going to share something with you. And it's this. It's that I used to run a social media agency, right? And I had a Google Drive folder full of 50,000 posts. I mean, I didn't just make that straight out the gate. Like, I built that over the course of years of making content for clients over the period of 5 years, okay? And so I left with 50,000 posts in there. And whenever I'd need to go and create a new post for a new client or a current client, I would just jump into that folder and I would find one of the pieces of content that I had in there. And I would look at which piece of content and which framework would be best suited to take that client's knowledge and feed it into that style of post. And then when AI came along in 2022, I inputted those 50,000 posts into the AI, and literally it just changed the way that I looked at content forever, because I saw that there were a series of frameworks that more or less the top 20% of posts, they were all following these similar frameworks. There's about 30 or so of those. And I realized that with AI, I could turn those frameworks basically into fill in the blank templates, but prompts that then anybody could use, take their knowledge and put them into those frameworks. That's one of the things that I'm going to be breaking down in the upcoming social media sales summit that I'm going to be sharing with you. And you can grab a ticket for that on socialmediaprofit.com/7. It's the number 7, okay? Socialmediaprofit.com/7. And I'm not talking about, basic tools here like ChatGPT. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like basic things. I'm talking like, how is it that I'm having AI experts come to me every single week who knows so much more about AI than I do? Like, they've literally, I literally have a client who's speaking at the World Economic Forum on how he's built an AI tool that predicts extreme weather 14 days out with a 94% accuracy, okay? But the thing that I know that they don't know regarding AI is frameworks that are proven to work. Because imagine if you knew that you can make a post on social media and it's going to result in leads for your business. Well, why is it that some people can do that and others can't? Well, the thing that those people know is that there are 3 different desires in the market at any one time, whether you're tapping into them or not. And those 3 different desires are different depending upon the different audience. So we have strangers, we have your existing audience, and then we have prospects. And so strangers, their desire is to feel understood. Then we have the people that already follow you. They want to move forward and get some tactical insight. And then we have prospects who want proof and to be able to trust and get certainty, right? So the desires are different in the market. And because the desires in the market are different, you have to remember there are 3 different audiences. And those 3 different audiences have different desires. So the different style of content that you put out has to hit those 3 different audiences. And it can actually be very, very simple. Because when you get this right, and when you start with the prospects first, you put out content that serves them. Then from there, you put out content that serves your existing audience. And then from there, you put out content that reaches strangers. And then you're left with a system that reaches people, brings them into your ecosystem, and of course, then converts them into clients. Now, if you right now are running ads and you don't have this system working for your business, your cost per lead is going to be higher. You're going to need more people on your team. You're going to need a bigger sales team. There's going to be less show-ups, and you're going to run into a whole load of problems. But if you're putting out content that positions you as an expert, and you can do this all with AI in less than an hour a week, oh my goodness me, your cost per lead goes down and you're able to replace that ad spend. So again, socialmediaprofit.com/7, the number 7, okay? I'm going to be breaking down how these different desires in the market work and how you can tap into them in order to generate better results. Now, as I'm live, I'm seeing some questions come through, so I'm going to get to those questions in a minute. But the other thing that I think is important to note is that nowadays, like in today's economy, more content doesn't mean more results. Like, we can just get endless content by opening up ChatGPT and typing anything in, right? Like, you can get endless content. So it's not about more content. It's about the right content for the right different desires in the market. And importantly, positioning you as an expert and as an authority. So I was just on a client call literally just now with my inner circle. And one of my clients there, she was a senior leader at Hilton for 17 years. Literally 17 years. And as I looked at her content, what I noticed is that all of her content was basically just giving value, right? It was giving value, it was giving advice, it was giving tips. And as I was looking at her content, I said to her, I was like, listen, you need to take your expertise, you need to take your authority, and you need to put that to the forefront. Because if you don't put that to the forefront, people don't know why to listen to you versus somebody else. So what I want you to start thinking of whenever you're putting out a piece of content that's designed to reach more strangers is imagine yourself walking on stage. And you're walking, like imagine, I don't know, you want to speak at a Tony Robbins event. Imagine yourself walking on stage at a Tony Robbins event. And Tony's there on the stage and he needs to introduce you. What is Tony going to say as you walk onto stage? Because you could think about social media like you walking onto somebody else's stage, right? Zuckerberg owns Facebook, Elon owns X, so on and so forth. So in your content, in the first 1 to 2 lines, you want to lead with what I call an authority intro, right? It's how would somebody else introduce you when you're walking on stage? Because when you get this right, trust increases, authority increases. Obviously, you need to back it all up by proof, but your authority then increases so people then know why to listen to you. Because as they first see your content on their feed, they're thinking, who is this person and why should I listen to them? So if you don't nail that first, you obviously won't get this right. With ads, you have to think you're paying with brute force to get your content onto the feed. Whereas with organic content, your content has to be good enough for it to land on the feed, right? And in order for people to pay attention to you, if you start with an authority intro, you'll be a lot more successful. So if right now you're spending a lot of money on ads and you don't have an organic content system working for you, I strongly recommend that you join the Social Media Sales Summit. Just go to socialmediaprofit.com/7, the number 7. I'm going to be breaking this down in a lot more detail, be able to help you with all of this. Okay? Because you really can clone your knowledge into AI. From there, put the content that's formulated into the right frameworks. It will pull from that knowledge database, put it out there on the platforms in a way that positions you as an authority with the authority intro already baked in. It's very simple. I'll break down how to do it. I made a video just recently on how I would scale to 100K per month again. If I was starting from scratch, or if I was turning off all my ads, starting again from the beginning, go watch that video next. I think it will help you. I'll leave a link to it below, and I'll see you at the Social Media Sales Summit.